Hey there, on my way home, 9 o'clock at night, nice and dark, so the lighting in here is a little off because it's got an overhead light so you can see a little bit of me, but I'm not that pretty. You don't need to look at me. The whole point of this video is for you to have something to listen to and see what you think about my opinion on this subject. My subject tonight, I saw a post earlier today, that social media post said, the most hated person alive is the person who always tells the truth. Very, very quickly, my knee-jerk reaction was, what? I disagree. And I was like, maybe I'm wrong. So I did a little clickety-click and looked at who was most attracted to that particular statement. And I very quickly convinced myself I was right. The most hated person on earth is not the person who tells the truth all the time, because that person becomes expected to tell the truth. In my little circle of people, they call it being blunt. And though you may not always like me, I will always tell you what I think of you. And I will accept what you think of me. The difference is I may not care as much about what you think of me as you may of what I think of you. There's some deep thought there too. And maybe you don't care what I think. That's perfectly fine too. That's not the point. The point is that the person who tells the truth is clearly not the most hated person on earth. Do you have to suffer a little bit more than others? Sure, absolutely yes. Do you, by being truthful and honest with others, do people get upset with you? Yes. The more often you're honest, no matter how painful it is to hear, the more they become accustomed to actually hearing the truth. And they stop hating and they start appreciating. It may not be a comfortable appreciation right away, but the more honest you are and the more that you tell the truth about what you're trying to accomplish with those around you, the more they will appreciate knowing where they're trying to go and how to get there. That's cool. Who's the most hated person on earth? The person who continuously tells you that they're speaking the truth to you, only to find out that they're a snake oil salesman. Read between the lines on that one. The person who's constantly lying, who then you realize is lying. The person who you expect to be telling you the truth, the person that you have respected for telling you the truth, suddenly becoming the liar. That is the person that is hated more than anybody else. It is not the person who tells the truth consistently. It is the person who tells a lie and wants you to believe it, and then you catch them. Look back in time, do a little research on what a snake oil salesman is. A snake oil salesman, if you look it up, is somebody who is completely fake. Everybody that loves him believes him. Everybody that listens to him thinks, wow, this person's amazing. This person is saving me. This person is making me great. But over time, it doesn't quite work out that way. And then over time, your eyes are opened and a whole level of anger is usually aimed towards that person. Not everybody. Some people forgive easily. But if you look back in our history as a country, and even before us, even before we were a country, who were the ones that were chased out of town or hung? Snake oil salesmen. And sometimes it wasn't even their fault. They just did something wrong. Something went wrong. Somebody pointed a finger and everybody bought into it. And all of a sudden that person that was talking became a liar. If you became a liar after originally being believed, it was very bad for you. Let me tell you a little story. See what you think of this little story. So, I'll say Randy was kind of down on his luck. He had tried to work for others. He didn't play well with others. He couldn't keep a job. He he tried to work for himself. He wasn't able to stay focused very well, so his business has failed. He's just feeling stupid, and he wasn't happy with himself. He was walking down past a flea market one day. At the flea market, there was this gentleman, a very simple little booth, with one chair and one table, and a whole bunch of jars with little brown pellets in them. And those little pellets were labeled Smart Pills. And that was it. Randy went to walk up to the salesman, and he said, "Dude, I am not feeling very smart right now. I'm feeling really down on my luck. And your pills, they say Smart Pills. How do they work?" He's like, "You take the pills, you take them for 3 weeks until the bottle's gone. And at the end of those 3 weeks, you're going to feel smarter. Guaranteed." I say, "So if I buy these pills, you guarantee I will feel smarter. If I don't feel smarter, then I get my money back." Absolutely. I am so sure that this is what will cure you, that I will guarantee you, no matter how many that you buy, you will feel smarter. Right? He's like, "You know what? I'm having such a bad such a bad run of luck. I'm in for it." So he gave him $10 and walked away with a bottle of pills. Took them every day, without fail. End of the first several weeks went by, and he ran out of pills, and he was feeling scared. He's like, "You know what? I don't know if I feel smarter yet, but I'm not ready to give up. And if I give up on this now, I'll go back into where I was, that bad place I was." So he went back to the flea market. He found that salesman again. He's like, "I'm not sure I feel smarter, but I'm not ready to give up. Here's $10. I need some more pills." Excellent. And so it continued. Every couple of weeks, he'd go back and he'd buy more pills. About 2 months, 3 months in, he shows up at the flea market. He's got his $10 in his hand, but he's really not sure. He's a little upset. And he tells the guy, "I'm really, really not sure that these are really working. In fact, I'm not really sure they're Smart Pills. I'm a little upset, and I'm kind of angry, and I want to talk to you about it." The salesman says, "Absolutely. What is it that seems to be the problem? These pills have worked for many people. What is it about these pills that make you convinced that they're not Smart Pills?" He's like, "Well, the other day I was out in the field, and I saw this rabbit running around, and I just watched him for a long time, and walked up past where he was running, and I looked down, and there was these little round pellets. They looked a lot like the pellets that are in these jars." He's like, "So what are you trying to tell me?" "Sir, I don't feel a whole lot smarter. I really don't. But I have to tell you, I'm pretty sure you're selling me rabbit turds." The salesman looks up at him with a big grin and says, "Congratulations. You just got smarter." Is he a liar? Or is he a successful salesman? Or a little of both? I don't know. You decide. I think the guy got a little smarter. He just ate a couple months worth of rabbit turds. All right. So let me repeat my point tonight. My point is, very simply, that it is not the person who tells the truth all the time. The person who tells the truth all the time is not hated. He might go through some rough times, it's guaranteed. He might go through some bad times, it's guaranteed. She might end up having people talk bad about her for a while. But those people will thin themselves out. The people that you want around you will start to respect you if you tell the truth. They will start to appreciate you for telling the truth. And they will look up to you, and they will appreciate knowing where it is that they're trying to go with you. If you are the person who's been pretending to tell the truth, the day that everybody opens their eyes and realizes that you've been lying to them, that is the day that the liar is revealed and becomes the most hated person, not the truth teller. What do you think? Agree or disagree? Let me know.